Okay, good morning everyone from a wet and windy Norwich today. Welcome to Wednesday class. We've got all the usual fun this week. We're going to be doing some scans of our energy, finding out how you are as a group, seeing how we're doing all together, and then doing some energy work exercises depending on what you need as a group. And here's Diana. She's going to be she'll be on the chat looking after you in case you have any problems or you got any questions, anything happens when we're working. If you hear any banging noises or anything like that, it's because the roofers are working today. Hooray, fixing our roof. So if you hear any thunder and that, it's not the weather, it's the roofers. Okay, excellent. Good morning, everyone. What a fantastic international group we've got as usual. Okay, and of course, this week we will be having point of the week. And I just wanted to show you something amazing, which is we are actually nearly at the end of our first 10-week cycle. You probably remember that we've been doing these for 40 or 50 weeks now, but we've actually been doing these 10-week cycles, and we're actually here. We're at number 8. We're at number 9 now. Look, we've only got one more left of water, and then we'll be going into the next element of our yearly cycle. So look at that, we've nearly come a fifth of the way through the year with our new format. So that's kind of exciting. And as you can see, bladder 36 is our point of the week, which we'll get to in the exercises. So let's start off with finding out how we all are. First of all, we're going to do a body scan. This is a way that we can tune into our energy. It's a really good idea, at least once a week, to really take some time, tune in to see how you're feeling. And because that's the starting point really of your own exercise, how you can adapt the exercises for your own use. And when we do the poll today, I'm going to give you a little bit more information about how you can tweak the exercises depending on how your energy is. All right, so let's start off. I've got my clipboard here and my pen. So I'm going to do it along with you. We do it all together. We're going to do a whole body scan. We're going to go down through the whole body again, find out how we're doing. So we're just going to stand, relax, put the feet on the floor, okay? And without changing anything too much, because we don't want to change anything, we're just going to scan through our body from above our heads, through the top of our heads, down through the head, through the jaw, through the neck and throat, through the shoulders, down the arms, and then slowly scanning through your upper body, around down into the diaphragm. We're also tuning in through the back as well here. We're going down through the body like a scan. Down through the upper abdomen and the lower abdomen. And scan into your hips, down into your knees and your ankles and your feet, okay? So now let's just relax. Remember that scan. Turn that into a picture. And let's just spend a moment just drawing that feeling that we have about our own energy, because we can use that as a reference as we're working today. Just tonight, you don't have to be a great artist or anything, just drawing the feelings that you have. So you've got something to work with. Okay, excellent. Okay, got that? Right, so now I'm going to launch the first poll of the day. I'm going to find out, I'm going to read it out to you. Which of these best describes your scan? Do you feel kind of well and generally balanced? Do you feel blocked or obstructed, kind of weak and tired? Or do you feel hot and agitated? Or do you feel kind of cold and frozen? Okay, so thinking about your general scan, would you say which of those best describes your scan? And this is going to be important for us as we tweak the exercises today for you. So let's see how we're doing as a group. Let's see if we can see what's happening. We've got similar to distribution to last week. We've got a little bit more stress coming in. We're edging on 20% of you feeling well or balanced, and by far the strongest is a blocked, obstructed. Quite a lot of you are weak, feeling weak or tired, and hot, agitated, and cold and frozen comes last. Okay, now if you're feeling tired, an interesting thing from the point of view of Chinese medicine is, do you feel better for rest or for movement? Because if you're feeling tired, sometimes that can be a kind of obstruction that's making you feel tired. Generally speaking, if you're blocked or obstructed, you really need to move the body. The Do-in will be really good for you. If you're feeling weak or tired, you need to keep the movement to a minimum, keep the internal breathing, and really just be kind to yourself. Let your energy build up. If you're going for the hot or agitated category, there's quite a few of you there, then the points on the feet are going to be really good. And I'll point out some of the points that you can use to cool you and kind of de-agitate yourself. And if you're feeling cold or frozen, then any of these patting or Do-in exercises, internal breathing, any of those, just to get you a bit warmer and get you moving. So a lot of the exercises can be used for all of those things, but it's how we use them. It's the kind of mindfulness that we use when we're doing them. Okay, so let's see how we're doing on the 3 burners. And if you remember, we just need to find out which burners you need to work on. I just find the slide for that. Here, yeah, okay, so we just need this 3 zone thing. So I'm going to draw my 3 burners and I'll lead you through. What we'll do is this time we're going to close our eyes so we go a bit more internal. And I'll remind you just by talking you through where the burners are, okay? So let's start off closing our eyes, and we're going to go into our awareness of our lower burner, that's below the navel, into the sacrum, the whole area of where the bladder is, the lower intestines, all the way down to the pelvic floor, okay? And we're just going to tune into that area and ask ourselves, what is that like? Okay, got it? All right, good. Okay, so we're going to open our eyes, and in the lower burner bit here, I'm just going to draw in how I'm feeling there, what it was like. And we'll find out how the group is in terms of which burner you would like to work on today. Okay, the 3 burners of Chinese medicine, they kind of divide the body up into different functional areas. And there's quite a lot of Chinese medicine theory points that help the different burners. So it'll help us focus the exercises for you today. Okay, so next one is the middle burner. That's above the navel into the diaphragm. So if we just close our eyes, bring our attention internally, and we're going to focus in just below the ribs, into the upper abdomen and into the lower thoracic spine. So let's just take a moment to tune inside our body and just see how we are. What is it like? Okay, got it? Does it feel different from your lower burner? I know mine does. So let's just draw that one in. Okay, very good. Okay, excellent. And now finally the upper burner, so we're going to close our eyes again. Just going to relax and tune into the whole heart and lung area. What is that like? Okay, and drawing that last one in. While we're doing that, let me just get the slides up, and we can just check our burners against the Chinese medicine theory. Okay, so once we've drawn our 3 burners, basically the ideal state is to have a relaxed and strong lower burner a flexible, kind of flowing feeling in the middle burner, especially no heat or anything like that. And the upper burner should feel kind of cool, open, and relaxed. So thinking about that and having a look at your drawing, like I'm looking at mine and thinking, maybe not in every burner does it fit the ideal. Let's find out which burner you'd most like to work on. You have to pick one of the three, so it's a bit of a difficult decision some days, but let's have a look and see as a group where we're at. And this has been fascinating over the last, 40 or 50 weeks that we've been doing this, because it's definitely moved as the coronavirus pandemic has gone in different ways. There's been different lockdowns. It's affected the group in different ways. And look at this, we've now got the return of the middle burner again. Last week it was pretty much even, and we had at the beginning of the second lockdown, we had a big spike of upper burners, and then it moved back down into the middle burner. And in actual fact, this I think is the highest ratio of lower burner we've had for a long time. And that could be because people are kind of getting tired, maybe fearful of the new variants and things like that, because that's quite a significant increase in lower burner requests. So we better get on with it. So let's make sure we get that lower burner really strong before we move on to the middle and upper burners. I'll give you some ideas of what we can do together to strengthen that up. Okay, so here we are. Find some nice comfortable place to move. Okay, so this lower burner is connected to the earth mainly but with the kidney channel, and also from the back down into the bladder channel. That's where point of the week will come in later on. What we really need to do is we need to do two things. We need to get our breathing down here into the dantian, and we need to connect that breathing with the earth to give us a feeling of strength in this area here. Okay, so first of all, let's just stand and just take a deep breath in. Okay, and just notice where that breath goes. And then breathe out, and then breathe in. Notice where that breath goes. Okay, now ideally you want to get the sensation of that breath going down as low as possible. So let's rub our hands together to just get some energy or some warmth into our hands. Okay, and we're going to place our hands just below the navel here, one hand over the other. So just about an inch or an inch and a half below the navel, the middle part of the palm goes there. And what we're doing is we're tuning into where the breath's going, okay, because we don't want this to happen. This is a really good way that the nervous system can get overstimulated and the lower burner gets weaker because we're using the adrenal system and we're not calming the adrenals down enough, okay? So let's make sure we totally chill and calm our adrenal system. We're going to do it with some really deep, powerful breaths into the dantian, okay, using our mind to track that breath and imagine it coming down. So here we go. We're going to breathe in. We're imagining energy coming in with the breath. We're imagining it coming down just underneath our hands. We're holding that breath, relaxing the shoulders. Feel your feet. Get your mindfulness down into your feet. Keep that neck really relaxed. Float the head up. Hold the breath down in the lower dantian, down here in the lower belly. And then breathe out, relaxing. Okay, so it's mindfulness in the feet, keeping the back relaxed. Let's do another breath, breathing in, imagining that breath, really strongly imagining it going down into the lower dantian. We're going to hold it there, hold that breath, relax the shoulders, bring your awareness into your feet. Very good, okay, breathe out. As we breathe out, we imagine just the breath goes out. We imagine that the qi or the energy from the breath stays here. And this is a really good way to build up the energy and to calm the lower burner, which we really need all together. Okay, so let's do one more really powerful directed breath. Ready? So we're breathing in nice and relaxed, but really use your mind to bring that energy down into here. Just relax that diaphragm and that middle burner. Okay, keep your attention on your feet. Hold it. Hold it. Float that head up. Relax your shoulders. Feel that energy collecting there and breathing out slowly. Okay, very good. Okay, so now let's get some energy there by doing some rotations around the dantian. And we're going to just rub our hands together again and shake our arms out and get this nice and warm. Okay, and now we're going to do some Qi exercises. We're going to generate some Qi around here in the dantian, and we're going to get that into the lower back. Remember last week we did bladder 23, that point on the back. So we're going to focus the energy down there. But let's get set up really well first. Get those feet really solid on the ground, relaxing your ankles and your knees, relaxing your hips. Feel the weight of your body going down, the lower part of your body down into the earth. Okay, the more solid that is, the more free we can be at the top of our body. We need that because we need to get that breath down. We need to get this energized. So let's go. Ready? Okay, so rotations. Okay, so now just keep that mindfulness on the breath, keeping the breath nice and relaxed, but directing the breath down into the dantian. Nice, easy breaths. And now keeping the shoulders relaxed, we're going to imagine Qi or energy coming out of our hand and going into the dantian. And it's going to spread out and fill up this whole area here in the lower burner. Okay, now we're keeping our hips really relaxed. We're keeping our knees open and our feet and ankles open. Keeping that kidney 1 point on the sole of the foot connected into the ground. All those things help bring our attention down from the head and down from the upper body. And they'll help just calm the nervous system with the breathing. So just feel that lovely feeling of feeling nice and connected to the earth. Really relaxing our upper burner, relaxing the middle burner, and feeling that Qi generating, that energy generating in the lower burner. Nice and relaxed. There's no rush. We're going to be fine. Okay, now if you've got the flexibility in your shoulders and you can work bladder 23, then we can do this one and energize it from the other side, kind of thing. If you have got stiffness in the shoulders, this is too much for you, then just keep going like this and just aim the heat or the energy to go towards your back, okay? Remember bladder 23, that's the kidney shoe point or the associated effect point for the kidneys, and that really means in Chinese medicine the whole adrenal system. So we'll use that to calm the nervous system down, energize the lower burner. Okay? Keeping those shoulders really, really relaxed. Keeping our focus on our feet, keep that kidney 1 point open. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do some more work on the bladder channel and down into the feet later when we do point of the week. But for now, let's just see if we can get that lower burner nice and calm, nice and strong, connected into the earth through the feet. Okay, got it? Excellent. So now, because we need some extra special work on the lower burner, why don't we energize the kidney channel and really get that connection with the feet and the legs really strong. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to work on kidney 1. We're going to really give the whole kidney channel a good blasting all the way up so we can superpower in the lower burner. And it will take us through the next week with whatever that has in store for us. Okay, I'm going to just adjust the camera so you can see my mat here and you can see what I'm up to. Here's my mouse and here's my clipboard and stuff. And here are my feet. So let's really energize the kidney channel as much as we can. And to do that, really what we want to do is get that kidney 1 point as open as we can. Okay, now if you're feeling hot or agitated or weak or tired, kidney 1 is a really good point. It's a good stimulating point. It's also the best point to cool the body down, okay? So it also takes energy away from the head. So if you're feeling a little bit heady, which is why we really want to activate this point again, we can go up. We can hold this point here, which we did right at the beginning of this 10-week cycle, kidney 3, which is the source point of the kidney channel. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold that point there, which is just behind the ankle. I'm going to hold it, just relax my thumb into that point. Imagine it connecting up through the leg here into the lower burner. And I'm just going to use that to connect up with kidney 1. Okay, now if you're feeling blocked and obstructed, you're probably thinking, what can I do on my feet? Well, I tell you a really good place to work, and that is to get this first and second metatarsal. That's a fancy name for these bones that go down to the toes. You want to try and get them moving. There's a very important acupoint that we'll come to later in the year, which is liver 3, which is right here. And you'll notice that when you get kind of frustrated and blocked, this area of your body will start to get stiff. So if this feels stiff, it's a really good idea to open up the foot like this and make sure that all these bones are moving, because the channels go up through the legs and into the middle burner. So if you're a middle burner person who's feeling blocked and obstructed, this is your point of the week. You want to make sure you get that really worked. That will really help shift things later on in the exercise sequence that we do today. Okay, if you're feeling hot and agitated, just make sure you get this one as simulated as you can. And if you're feeling tired, get that kidney 3 into play. If you're feeling cold and frozen, just do anything you can to get these feet moving and warm. Okay, great. You see, so we can adapt using acupoints and different techniques. We can adapt it depending on how we're feeling at the moment. Okay, that's the wonderful thing about self-shiatsu and with acupuncture points. Okay, so here we go. Kidney 1 again. Let's get that really opened up. Because this is such an important point, it's good for however we're feeling. It's a really good idea to get kidney 1 activated. We'll find out in a minute, because when we stand up, we'll see how we feel. And what should happen is we should feel a lot more connected to the earth, which is a really good idea. So let's get these feet really energized. Okay, don't forget, if you're feeling hot or agitated, make sure you get fingers right in here and cool yourself off with kidney 1. Same thing if you're feeling weak and tired, get that kidney 3 point activated. Take it nice and easy, but still get that connection up into the ankle. Okay, cold and frozen people, keep it moving, get it warm. And obstruction, blocked or obstructed, you want to move this point here. Get the first and second metatarsals, these bones down to the feet. You want to get those moving. So I'm just putting my thumbs in between those two bones. And you can't miss it, you'll get liver 3, which is a very important point for moving obstruction in the body, and it links with the middle burner. So we'll find out more about that in a minute when we get to the middle burner. Okay, excellent, well done. Okay, good. So now the proof is, let's see what we feel like when we stand up again. See if it's made any difference at all. I'm just going to lower the camera. Here we go. Let's check it out and see. Oh yes, that's more like it. Can you feel that? That's so important to get those points open. And look at the effect it has on the whole body. Okay, you can see how reflexology works now, right? Okay, so we've got a nice connection now with the earth. So let's just give the lower burner a bit of a supercharge by using some dowing on the kidney channel itself. Okay, so remember we left off here, kidney 3. So we're going to take it from kidney 3, and we're going to use some tapping, just gentle tapping, to energize the channel. We're going to come up here. Remember kidney 10 just behind the knee, that the other day. We're going to go up here, right up into here, around, down the backs of the legs. Following the bladder channel down the back of the legs. I'm doing this. Okay, here we go. Second run. And third run. And then here we go, third time on the kidney channel. Okay, shaking out the legs. Okay, let's see how we're doing with our lower burner now. Okay, so we're going to place our hands on the lower burner. What does that feel like? Pretty good, doesn't it? Can you feel that connection down through the legs now? Feet feel really open and relaxed. We feel really centered into the earth. The upper body's relaxed. Okay, really good start. So now we can move on to the middle burner. Okay, middle burner is the one that tends to be more obstructed than anything. So let's start loosening up with this favorite exercise, the swinging exercise. Feet shoulder width apart, head suspended from above. Just let that spine relax down, get the sacrum hanging down. Let's just try and make sure that our whole upper body feels as loose as possible before we start twisting. And now we're going to take that golden thread and we're going to just turn it. Okay, and we're going to bring our attention into the middle burner here. That's all around the diaphragm. And as we turn, we're going to really just breathe into that area, relax the middle burner. Okay, got it? Okay, now you can tweak this again. You can change this to how you need it. If you're really feeling obstructed, you may want to go really strongly with it and give yourself a good whacking on the sides. If you're feeling a bit more tired, take it easy, use the breath and release. The main thing is to calm this whole area down and release it. Okay, we're just checking our feet are still connected with the earth. Keep those knees and hips really relaxed. I'm keeping my hips fairly straight so that the turn is affecting the middle burner. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Okay, now we want to get this area as free as possible, so we're just going to do some anpuku. That's self-shiatsu on the abdomen. I'm just going to gently press in around here to see if there's any areas that feel tense. I'm just going to gently press in around the diaphragm. Oop, gurgling. Very good, okay, and now we can smooth that round. Just do a few rotations like this, just kind of spreading around through the intestines, just opening up the middle burner. So we're going opening up the middle burner here, relaxing it, and then connecting it with the lower burner. There we go. Excellent. Okay, how about some channel work? Let's do some doing on some of the channels for the middle burner, as that was the most favorite burner that you selected. And we've got two sets of channels. We've got the stomach channel and the spleen channel down the front of the body, and we've got the gallbladder and the liver channels on the sides of the body. So we want to connect those with here. So we're going to connect them first with here. And let's just press this time gently with the heels of the hands along these abdominal muscles here. This is where the stomach channel runs. I'm just going to give it a bit of a squeeze. I'm sort of pressing in and slight inwards and slightly towards the center there. There's some very good points all the way down here for the digestion if you're having digestive problems. Okay, so I'm working down this line here, just outside the abdominal muscles here. Squeeze in. Very soothing, isn't it? Okay. And then we can connect with the channels. So we're going down the stomach channel, which is along the front outside of the legs. So let's use some mindfulness now, that internal mindfulness. We're going to connect with the middle burner. And as we go down, what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can find any places down that channel that help relax and open up this whole area here. And just see where your favorite points are. And if you find one, you've got one around here, I'm just going to give that a bit of extra attention. So we're using our focus here to really connect the middle burner with the channel. There we are. I can feel something happening around here as well. And then we've got the famous stump 36 just below the knee. Always a good point. Down the front of the legs and up the inside of the legs. Very good. Okay, and then down the outside front of the legs again. Okay, it doesn't have to be too accurate, just on this edge here. Again, just feeling that middle burner reacting to anywhere particular that you're working. Very good. One more time. Go down. And up. Okay, very good. That's just brushing off down the front of the legs. Okay, now remember on the feet we worked this first and second metatarsal, that's on the liver channel, and that's really good for releasing the middle burner. Okay, so let's do that thing. Okay, so we're going to go down the sides of the body, where the liver and the gallbladder channel runs. I'm going to go into the buttocks here, right into the centre of the buttocks. I'm going to go down the outside of the legs. Up the inside of the legs. Upside the middle of the inside of the legs. Got it? So we go down into the hips, down the outside of the legs, up the inside, which is the liver channel. Okay, one more time. At that point on the foot connects straight up into here. It goes right up internally into the middle burner there. So it's a great point for moving obstruction in the middle burner. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now it's time to check in again. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, compared to the beginning of the session, how are you feeling? Connected to the earth, feet nice and open, hips and everything relaxed. Feel that middle burner, doesn't it feel more kind of energized? And what about some movement here? Look, if you press in here now, just compare that to what it was like just 10 or 15 minutes ago when we started the middle burner exercises. Nicely moved. Okay, so that's what we want. We want strength here. We want this nice and flexible. And this needs to be spacious and open. And this was the second burner requested. So with 35%, so we better make sure we do a really good job with the upper burner. Okay, so let's do some stretches to start off with, just to get in touch with it, and then we'll do some doing on the channels. Okay, now when we're under stress, quite often you're going to get tightness here. Tightness, maybe your breathing's restricted. The first thing you want to do is get the lower burner energized. You want to get that breath down into the lower burner. That can be hard if this is really blocked, so we want to move that. So now it should be possible to get breath down. So let's take a deep breath again. Okay, notice the difference from before. It's a lot more relaxed, isn't it? And much less up here. Okay, and that's a really good start. You need that to release the diaphragm so you can get a nice breath in here. So let's stretch the lungs and we'll see what happens. So we're breathing in, we're coming up. We've got the thumbs here. This is the lung channel. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, here's a slightly stronger stretch. Take it easy if you're new to this. We're going to link our thumbs behind our back, and this does a similar thing, but it opens up the lung channel even a little bit stronger. So we're going to take it nice and easy, breathing in. We're going to breathe out. We're going to lift our hands up towards the ceiling, pointing our first finger, linking our thumbs together, feeling a stretch on the back of the legs, and opening up. The important thing is to open up the front of the shoulders. Okay, that's it. Opening up this area here. Let's do another breath. Let's open up those lungs. And breathing in. One more time. Keep the hips nice and relaxed. Open up the shoulders. And if you want an extra stretch, you can bring your chin up a bit. You'll feel it going into the throat. Okay, how does that feel? Can you feel this nice and open here? That's the lung channel opening up. So let's do a few more stretches, and then we'll do some doing on the yin channels of the arms. Okay, so now we're going to work on the heart protector and the heart channels. So we've got this stretch for the heart protector, breathing in, breathing out, nice and simple, opening it out. Focusing the stretch onto the middle finger and feeling the stretch right the way through into the chest. So bring your awareness right deep into your chest. And you'll feel the connection with the channel of the pericardium. That's the muscle around the heart. So here we go. We're going to go again. Breathing out. Bring your awareness into your chest area. Opening up the upper part of the chest and relaxing. Very good. One more time, breathing in. We're kind of creating space there in the upper heater. Okay, very nice. And the heart channel goes from the armpit down into the little finger. This is a way to stretch it. Bring your arms out like this. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring your little finger uppermost like this and twist your arm like that. And that opens up the channel right into the armpit. Okay, do you want to try it? Breathing in, breathe out. Nice and easy. You can feel it right into the elbow and into the armpit and then right into the chest. It's quite a strong stretch, isn't it? Breathing in, breathe out, calm, open the upper burner. And relax. Very nice. One more, breathing in, breathe out. Okay, very good. So now, what we need to do is some doing on the yin channels of the arms. We've got 3 channels that run on the inside of the arms. We've got the lung, pericardium channel, and the heart channel. So basically, if we work this area, we should get a nice opening feeling in the upper burner, which is what we want, right? So let's do that. We just go down each of the channels. So we'll start off with the lung. And we're going to go down towards the thumb, through the elbow here, and to the thumb. So we'll do that 3 times. Get right in there into lung 1. And we're going to go down towards that thumb. There we are, brushing off. Okay, now the heart pericardium channel starts here and goes down the middle of the arm, through the palm and into the first finger here. So what we're doing with this exercise is we're trying to open out and spread out this feeling in the upper burner. Yeah. Let's do that 3rd time. And then we've got the heart, so we need to twist the arm a little bit like that. A little bit more delicate this one, so we're going to use just the fingertips. Nice and delicate all the way down into the little finger. Okay, so let's stretch those fingers and thumb. So we're just going to squeeze down the thumb. And then we've got this one. This is the pericardium finger. We're going to do all the fingers. We don't want to get any left out, but just focusing in on the ones that the yin channels go down to. So we've got heart down here. Okay, great. Okay, very good. So let's just take a moment to compare the arms and the chest. Okay, notice it's more tingly down here, a little bit more alive. So let's do the other arm so that it feels the same. Okay, so we'll do the lung first. Oh, right into lung 1. And we're going to go down into lung 1. Into lung 11, that's down here, it kind of goes 1 all the way down. Okay, so we're going to go down 1, lung 1, and then down towards the thumb. Oh, it's working. Down. Yeah. Okay, good. Pericardium, chest, middle of the arm, tapping down. And down again. Again, keeping this connection internally with the upper heater. We go down 3 times, yeah, and then brush off. Just leaving the heart, we open that up, use the fingertips. Going down towards the little finger. Very good. Okay, there we are. Excellent. Okay, just putting the fingers. All the channels run to the end of the fingers and the toes. So a lot of the acupuncture points, important acupuncture points, are actually at the ends of the fingers, especially for emergencies. So it's a good idea to work all the way down, just getting hold of the finger like that, and then just pulling off. That's it. Okay, very good. So let's see what our upper heater feels like now. Okay, let's just do one stretch. Let's just do this stretch and see if it's changed. Breathing in and breathing out. That is a bit easier. I just hit my plant then. Did you see that? I wasn't hitting the plant before. Okay, that spacious feeling there, that open feeling, that's what we want in the upper heater. Okay, time to check into the whole body. So let's see how we're doing. Still get those feet nice and firmly on the floor, opening up kidney 1. Relaxing our knees, relaxing our hips. Lower burner still feels pretty good to me. We're still getting that breath down there. Middle burner, quite a bit more relaxed than it was 45 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago. And the upper burner now feels a little bit more activated, a little bit more space, which is what we need in the upper heater. Okay, right, so now we've got to do some work on the yang channels of the body. And the reason for that is because obstruction can often occur in the yang channels. That's where we get headaches, where we get shoulder pain, back pain, things like that. They're all the yang channels. The yin channels on the front of the body and the yang channels on the back of the body. And when we're doing as we're doing the yang channels today, we will do point of the week. Can't wait, right? Okay, so let's do some work on the face. Again, really good idea because of the connection with the vagal nerve, particularly the muscles we use for smiling. So we're just going to work around the forehead. So there's a direct connection between the heart and the internal organs with the facial muscles through the cranial nerves and the vagal nerve. So basically, if we're like this all the time, in fact, why don't you do this? Look, just go like this and tune into the feeling in your body. You notice the heart kind of feels heavy and the digestive organs kind of go a little bit more contracted. Just try it. Okay, now try smiling. I know it might be hard, but just try smiling. Okay, and now tune in again to the heart and the middle burner. Can you feel a difference there? You can feel the heart kind of relaxing and this expansion of the burner. So it's really important to keep smiling, okay? And in fact, in Qi Gong, there's a whole system of smiling into the organs, which now we know is directly connected to the way the vagal nerve connects between the face and the internal organs, okay? Very interesting. So we want to make sure our smiling muscles are not too fixed down like this. Okay. I think it's one of the toughest things about looking at people with masks all the time is you miss out on the smiling. So stand 3 meters away in a well-ventilated space, smile at people as much as possible. It really will help the collective vibe. Okay, feeling a bit more relaxed in the face. Okay, great. So now let's work on the channels of the neck. Remember we did celestial pillar a few weeks ago. That's one of my favorite points, bladder 10. So let's do some work on that and really get the whole back opened up. And then what we'll do is we'll go down towards point of the week. Okay, so how about this? This is bladder 10. It's on the outside of the trapezius muscle and you aim in towards the spine. So it feels a bit like this. Okay, and if you really relax, you should feel a connection all the way down into the lumbar and down, sometimes even as far as the sacrum, and then up into the head. It's a connecting point with a lot of nerves of the head. It's really important to keep this really relaxed, not least of which because you want the muscles of the neck to be relaxed, especially the frontal muscles, to make sure the blood flow and everything is good into the head. So now we're working the gallbladder channel. That's this one here. The one that connects with the middle heater. Okay, you can also tap it if you like, tapping it. Whatever's easiest, you can press with your fingertips or you can squeeze, depending on what you feel you need. Okay, very good. So once we go down the gallbladder channel, it's a really good idea to just do some tapping around the shoulders. And once we get the shoulders loosened up, we need to work down the yang channels of the arms because we need to get the connection down into the arms. Remember we did the yin channels for the upper heater. So now we're doing this kind of movement, getting any tension or obstruction, very common when there's stress. We need to get that down the arms. So I'll just come back here. So we go from the shoulder, down the outside of the arms, just generally down the whole outside of the arm. Don't worry about the channels. From the shoulder, down the outside of the arms. Same on the other side. Just generally down the whole outside of the arms, covering the whole outside of the arms there, all the 3 channels. Okay, it's going to feel great. We're going to feel really great after this. I'm just giving it an extra bit of tapping. Okay, and then brushing off. Okay, this is a really good thing also. Once you get the obstruction moving in the upper head and the shoulders, it's a good idea to shake it out, just get all that connective tissue and those muscles loose, And we're just going to throw our arms down. Okay, shaking. Okay, so once we've got everything moving, shaking is a great way to just remove any other obstructions. So let's just spend a few minutes doing the shaking now. We're going to relax our jaw, hopefully nice and relaxed after the self shiatsu. And we're going to shake the shoulders. Rib cage. And now again, this is something you can tweak. If you're feeling a bit tired, you want to nice and gently breathe into the shaking. And if you're feeling obstructed, especially if you feel any obstruction anywhere, particularly your body, you want to give it a really good shake, get some movement. Same thing if you're feeling a bit cold and frozen. If you're feeling a bit hot and agitated, just shake that shaking down into the feet. And that will help calm everything down in the body. Okay, so again, it's a very universal technique. It's pretty much good for anything. Let's get those hips relaxed. Very good. It's a great way of feeling completely connected up as well, shaking. It's really good for that. Okay, so we've worked on the head, the neck, the shoulders, down into the arms, and now we're going to work on the back, and we're going to work on dun, 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 dun. Hooray! It's the moment of the week you've been waiting for. It's point of the week. So let's see if I can, here we are, point of the week, and it is bladder 36. It's right below the buttocks. It's called Cheng Fu, which means to hold and support. It's a really great point. We use it all the time in Shiatsu. It activates the whole bladder channel, really good. But it's also used for pain in the buttocks and sciatica that's worse for sitting. And there's lots of that around in COVID because we're spending a lot of time on the computer. It's also used for pain in the sacrum and the coccyx. So it's a really useful point to know, and we're going to incorporate that now into our last bit of the routine, which is working on the back. Okay, so there we are, bladder 36, hold and support. What a great name. I love that name, hold and support. Okay, so remember we've got bladder 23. It goes down here and we go down into the sacrum, and bladder 36 is right. The way to find it is literally just feel up the back of your legs as far as you can. Just when you get to the lower part of your buttocks, just in there, you'll feel the joint, and it's that point there. And if you just press in there, you'll probably feel a connection into the sacrum and the coccyx. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little routine here for the back. We'll incorporate that in with some doing. Very good for lower back pain and sciatica when there's been too much sitting. Anyone had that problem? Okay, so here we're going to go. We're going to go from bladder 23, and we're going to go as high as we can, maybe tapping here, and tap down. Okay, rubbing around bladder 23, that's the center of the back, that we did the other week. And we're going to go down. And just feel how tight your sacrum is. It's quite common to get tightness around the sacrum. That's this big bone here, just at the lower part of your spine. And around the hips as well, all around here. It's a good idea just to warm and loosen that area up. And then we can get right into bladder 36. Okay, remember it's right at the top of the leg, just underneath the button, so just in that groove there, right in there. And we can either press it or you can tap it. You can get around there, tapping it. Now what I'm doing here is I'm aligning my spine, I'm opening my whole spine up, I'm releasing through here, relaxing through here, and I'm basically energizing the bladder channel as high up as I can, right into there. So if you get lower back pain, sacral stiffness and sciatica from too much sitting, which is really a lot of that about now, it's really good to do this routine. I would start here though first, bladder 23, and do it as a sequence. Go down onto the sacroiliac joint, that's this joint here, and then go down onto the bladder channel, get right into bladder 36, and as you do it, We're aligning our spine, opening up the spine this way. Bringing our mindfulness into our sacrum and to the coccyx, and then opening up that point, and you'll get a really nice direct connection into that point. Really good for self-care of the lower back and the sacrum. Really important stuff when we're spending a lot of time on Zoom calls and stuff like that. Once we've done that, then we can continue down the bladder channel into the back of the legs, and then all the way down into the Achilles tendon, and then it goes down into the feet. Okay, should we do it one more time? So, warming up bladder 23. Activating the sacroiliac joint. Okay, and then we can tap down. And get right into bladder 36, align our spine, extend our head top open, bring our awareness into the sacrum and the coccyx area. Just if you get right into that point, you'll know you've got it because you'll start feeling tingling and energizing into this part of the lower back. Okay, excellent. And then finishing off, just continuing down the channel. Okay, and then down off onto the feet. Brushing off. Okay, so there we have it, bladder 36, the hold and support point. Okay, really good, very useful point, and I think you'll agree that if you do that, like we've just done it, and you feel your sacrum and your lower back, this whole area here, feels really quite well supported, and that point kind of gives it strength to support the lower back. All helps the lower burner as well. Okay, so now it's time to check in and see how we are doing. So let's just give it a little bit of a shake out and see how we've done this week. Feet relaxed, connected to the earth. Nice, open up the ankles and the knees. And relaxing the hips. Just be aware of your sacrum, your coccyx, upper part of the bladder channel on the legs. Should feel nicely connected now. Energized. Lower burner, nice and strong, and take a deep breath in. Should feel this breath going down nice and calmly down into the lower burner. Okay, and then tuning into the middle burner, keeping that really relaxed. And then breathing, relaxing into the upper burner. Just really enjoy the fruits of what you've been doing in the last hour. You're going to keep that head floating up, jaw relaxed, and then just becoming aware of all the connections down the back and into the feet. Okay, just enjoying that for a moment before we get on with the rest of the day. Well, I really enjoyed that session. Thank you very much for all the information that you've given us. It's really, really interesting. We've actually got 1% more of you well balanced than last week, so we're making progress. Okay, I'll just check in with the chat and let's just run the final poll. Let's see how we've done. How do you feel now? Let's just see if we've had anyone with a reaction. Do you feel more balanced? Thinking back to an hour ago, about the same or less balanced? If you'd like to vote on our exit poll here and just see how we're doing. Hi, Dinah. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. That's really good. If you feel about the same, I just encourage you to keep practicing this week, keep tuning in, tweaking the exercises as you need them. If you need any actual one-to-one help, we are doing distance sessions, online sessions at the Shiatsu Centre, and we're open for emergencies only at the moment because of the latest lockdown. Okay, so that's really good. It's interesting, isn't it, how the burners are switching around. We're getting back to the upper and the middle and much more lower now. So it's just fascinating to see how that's changing as we go on. Okay, Dinah, thank you very much for looking after the chat for us. I'm going to put a nice heart in the chat to everyone.
Yes. fantastic. People feeling so much better. That's great.
Great.
What a
That's
lovely
really
way
good.
to start the day.
Yeah, lovely way to start the week. Yeah. Well, my week runs from Wednesday to Wednesday now. Okay, goodbye, everyone. I'll see you next Wednesday.